You are being underpaid right now, not because your boss is evil, not because the company cannot afford it, because you accepted the first number they gave you without saying a single word. And that silence is going to cost you $500,000 over your career. If you want the unapologetic truth about your money that your employer hopes you never figure out, hit subscribe right now. This channel exists to show you the math they hide. Let's get into it. Here is the number that should make you furious: $5,000. That is the average difference between a first salary offer and what the company was actually prepared to pay. $5,000 sitting on the table, waiting. And most people walk away from it in 30 seconds because they are too uncomfortable to ask for it. But here is where it gets devastating. That $5,000 is not just $5,000. It is the base for every raise you will ever receive at that company. Every annual increase is calculated as a percentage of your current salary. Every future job offer asks for your current compensation. Every bonus, every promotion, every negotiation for the rest of your career starts from that number. $5,000 at 25 years old, compounded across a 40-year career with standard annual raises of 3%, becomes over $500,000 of cumulative lost income. $500,000 lost in 30 seconds of uncomfortable silence. That is not a rounding error. That is a retirement. That is a house. That is financial freedom arriving 10 years earlier than it otherwise would. And you left it on the table because nobody taught you that the first offer is never the real offer. But here is the part that nobody tells you about salary negotiation. Employers expect you to negotiate every single time. The recruiter who sends you the offer letter has a range approved by their manager. The first number they send is always the bottom of that range. Always. They are not giving you their best offer first. They are giving you the number they hope you accept so they can stay under budget. When you accept without negotiating, you did not avoid an awkward conversation. You just told them they can do the same thing next time. And the time after that. The people who negotiate consistently earn dramatically more over their careers than the people who don't. Not because they are smarter. Not because they work harder. Because they understand one simple truth. The worst they can say is no. And no puts you exactly where you already are. Think about that for a second. The absolute worst outcome of negotiating is identical to the outcome of not negotiating. You end up with the same offer, the same job, the same starting point, but the best outcome? $5,000 more per year, compounding for 40 years, into $500,000 of additional lifetime wealth. That is not a risk. That is a free option, and you have been leaving it on the table every single time. Now let me show you the mistakes that destroy negotiations before they even start. Mistake number 1. You give a number first. The moment you say, "I am looking for around $70,000, you lost. You just told them your ceiling, and they will work backwards from there. Never give a number first. Always make them anchor the conversation. If they ask what you are expecting, say this: "I would love to understand the full scope of the role before we discuss compensation. What is the budgeted range for this position?" Force them to show their cards first. Mistake number 2. You negotiate by email. Email gives them time to craft a perfectly worded rejection. It removes the human element that makes negotiation work. Always negotiate on a call or in person, voice to voice, where they cannot hide behind a template response. Mistake number 3. You accept benefits instead of salary. Extra vacation days, a better title, a signing bonus. These are not compensation. A signing bonus is one time. Extra vacation does not compound. A better title does not pay your mortgage. Always negotiate the base salary first. Everything else is secondary. The base salary is the number that follows you for the rest of your career. The signing bonus disappears after year 1. Mistake number 4. You apologize for negotiating. I am sorry to ask, but... Stop. Never apologize for advocating for your own value. The moment you apologize, you signal that you do not fully believe you deserve what you are asking for. And if you do not believe it, neither will they. Mistake number 5. You negotiate once and stop. Most people make one counteroffer. The company says no or comes back with a small increase, and the person accepts immediately because they are relieved. the conversation is almost over. Do not stop at one counter. If they come back with a number that is still below what you want, pause. Thank them for moving. And ask one more question. I appreciate you working with me on this. I am still a little below where I was hoping to land. Is there any way to get to X? You are not being difficult. You are being professional. And most hiring managers respect the persistence far more than the silence. If you are still watching this, you are already ahead of 90% of people who will never have this conversation. Hit the like button right now. It helps the algorithm show this to the next person who is about to accept an offer without saying a word. They need to see this before they sign. But knowing the mistakes is not enough. You need the exact words, the precise script that turns an uncomfortable conversation into $500,000. Here it is. The offer comes in. You read the number. You feel the pressure to respond immediately. Do not wait 24 hours. Always. This is not a power move. This is you giving yourself time to think clearly instead of emotionally. Then call them back and say this. Thank you so much for the offer. I am genuinely excited about this opportunity, and I can see myself making a real impact here. Based on my research into the market rate for this role and my experience, I was expecting something closer to X. Is there any flexibility there? That is it. That is the whole script. Notice what it does. It thanks them without accepting. It expresses genuine enthusiasm. It anchors to market research, not personal need. It gives a specific number, and it asks a question that forces them to respond. The number you ask for should be 10 to 15% above what you actually want, because they will almost always counter somewhere in the middle. Let them negotiate you down to where you actually wanted to be. Now here is what most people do not prepare for. The counteroffer conversation. They come back with a number. Maybe it is halfway between their original offer and your ask. Maybe it is a small increase of 1 or 2,000. Maybe they say the salary is fixed, but they can offer an extra week of vacation. Whatever they say, do not respond immediately. Pause. Even on a phone call, a 5-second silence is completely acceptable. It signals that you are thinking seriously, not that you are desperate. Then say this. I appreciate you working with me on this. Can I have until tomorrow to review everything and come back to you? They will almost always say yes. That 24 hours gives you time to decide with a clear head instead of an anxious one. And if they say the offer is firm and there is no flexibility, ask this. I completely understand. Is there anything else in the package that has flexibility? Additional vacation days? A performance review at 6 months instead of 12? Or a signing bonus? You never leave a negotiation empty-handed. There is always something to gain. Here is the bottom line. Every job offer you receive is a negotiation waiting to happen. Every single one. The company has a budget. The budget has room. And the only thing standing between you and that room is 30 seconds of discomfort. 30 seconds of asking a question versus $500,000 over a career. That is the trade. And now you know exactly how to make it. Start negotiating. Every time. Without apology. Without hesitation. You have earned it. Go get it. If this video gave you the script you needed to finally ask for what you are worth, hit the like button before you leave. It helps the algorithm reach the next person who is about to sign an offer letter without saying a single word. And if you are not subscribed yet, this is what we do here every single week. No jargon, no corporate nonsense. Just the real playbook that the people on the other side of the table already know. Drop a comment before you go. Tell me the last time you negotiated a salary. Or tell me the offer you are looking at right now. I read every single one. Take care of yourselves. Ask for more. I will see you in the next one.